All right. So was I trolling with that title? A little bit, yes. Yes. I was trolling a little bit with the title. Hold on. Quiet. Be quiet, dog. Yes. I was trolling with the title a little bit. But at the same time, I mean what I'm saying. Everything, if I'm just saying for men, if you're not a man, I'm not talking about you. I'm only talking about men. So if you're not a man, this don't apply to you. It only applies to men. But as a man, you are 100% responsible for everything that happens to you. It is your job to control everything around you as a man. Now, matter of fact, let me tweak that a little bit. It is your job to know all potential risks and know how to get around. It is your responsibility to know how to survive. As a man, it's on you to know how to survive. On you. As a man, you are supposed to calculate risks in everything. You're supposed to be alert. You're supposed to be paying attention. You can like, for example, can you control the weather? No, you can control the weather. You can't. You can't make it rain or snow or sleet. You can't make it do any of those things. But what you can do is be aware of what the weather is and make the proper adjustments as a man. So you can't stop a blizzard from coming. But what you can do is make sure you got your food stocked up, make sure your phone is charged, make sure you got a flashlight. Make sure you got food. Because you might be trapped in, the power might go out. You got to know where things are at. You got to be prepared. Because you can't be stuck and stranded with no food. So you can't control the blizzard from coming, but you can make adjustments so that the blizzard doesn't affect you. Or, taking it to an even higher level, what you can do is you can move to areas where there aren't any blizzards, where there isn't any snow, right? So you can just pick up and move from the East Coast and move to the South and not have to worry about blizzards ever again. The point is, the reason why as a man, everything that happens to you when you're dealing with women is 100% your fault 100% of the time is because you are supposed to either control your environment, protect yourself in the environment, or move to another environment. I'm going to say that again. As a man, when dealing with women, everything that happens is 100% your fault 100% of the time, because as men, you're supposed to be aware of your environment. And once you're aware of the environment, you can either adapt to the environment, you can try to control your environment, or you can change your environment. Just apply that to women. Before you do anything, have any type of situation or engagement with a woman, you're first supposed to analyze the situation. Where did I meet her at? What do I know about her? Is it good or bad? Is this the type of person that I should be dealing with? Is she in control? Is she out of control? Is she a little bit crazy? Before you do anything with this woman, you're supposed to be assessing. Yes, before you have sex with her. Before you have sex with her. You're supposed to be assessing all the possible outcomes that you can tell straight off the surface. dealing with this woman. Because some of y'all are talking about baby mama drama. And listen, if you're going to keep it all the way real, you could tell when you was at the bar at TGI Fridays having Long Island's with her. You could tell right then that, hey, this chick is a little bit, she got a screw loose or two. She wild. You knew that just from at the bar. A lot of you were not surprised. Shout out to Shamika. A lot of you were not surprised. A lot of you that you talk about your baby mama, you weren't surprised what happened. When that night you met her at the bar, she was loud then. She was kind of popping off at the mouth then. She was a firecracker then. The day you met her. Because you find out a lot about a person the first time you meet them just off the surface. You can get like, some red flags are very visible. All you got to do is pay attention. And so before you involve yourself with that woman in any kind of way, you first should have done some type of assessment. Outside of, oh man, she looked good and I'm trying to get some. Put that to the side. Put that to the side and assess, okay. Like what's that's one thing about when you meet somebody at the bar or wherever, when y'all first start talking, they give you a lot of information. They tell you a lot about themselves. They tell you where they from, where they went to school, what their family situation is, all of that. So that's the crazy part. Some of you guys, there's no reason why you should have been in the situation that you were in. Because when you were sitting at the bar talking to this woman, she was telling you everything you need to know right up front. And I don't believe in, gender role. Listen, like we gotta stop playing. Can we be honest? Y'all, a lot of y'all are acting like women are fooling y'all. Women are not fooling a lot of y'all. Women are telling you exactly what they're about up front from the jump, and you just not, I don't know, like, if it's not registering, you're not listening, or you just so, I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of women, most women, they tell you what they believe right off the rip. Yeah, red flags, exactly. From what I've known about a lot of women, they really open about who they are and what they believe in off the jump. Especially we talking about black women. A black woman is going to tell you her thoughts and opinions and feelings on everything right off the rip. They going to trust me. First day at the bar, she going to tell you who she voted for. She going to tell you what party she like, what party she don't like. She going to tell you she will give you her women's equality speech. Listen, women tell you right off the rip what she stand for, what she believe in. A lot of y'all just wasn't listening because all you was worried about was I'm trying to get some. But right off the rip, she told you I don't believe. And see, some of y'all, I don't know what it is, but if you really go back, a lot of you, if you're being honest, you go back to that first or second conversation you had with this woman. She all but told you, hey, I don't believe in a nuclear family. I don't believe in traditional gender roles. I'm not trying to be a housewife. I think marriage is like being a slave. I have no one. She's if you just listen to what she says and how she's saying it, she's telling you, listen, if you're looking for A, B, C, and D, that ain't me. Yes, tell too much in the process. Like, that's why I'm starting to think y'all just don't listen to women. Because, honestly, I'm glad Shamika just said that. Because, truthfully, a lot of times women talk too much. They talk too much on day one. They telling you too much information. Seriously, she telling you how she got trust issues and she been hurt before and she don't know how to trust a man. She telling you all this on like the first date. Like it's not like women just keeping who they are a secret from you. They tell you they tell you way too much information. Like a smart man can use all that to manipulate a woman because she done told him all her soft spots, all that off the rip. So once again, it's like a lot of y'all talking about the woman did this and the woman did that, but just from the first couple of conversations or the first date or two, just off of that information alone, you should have left that woman alone right there. It shouldn't even have got this far with her because after a couple of conversations, you should have been able to be like, yeah, no, that ain't gonna work. That's the first part. Are you like properly assess the situation? Then we move to controlling the environment. Because you get to determine in what areas, in what type of settings, in what type of places do you typically meet women at? Like, where are you going to meet women? That's part of controlling the environment. There's different pools and different pockets and different communities with different beliefs and family structures and belief systems and income levels. It's all different kinds of different pockets of women out here that go to different places and do different things and live in different neighborhoods. Control your environment. You need to take a long, hard look about these women that are giving you these problems. Where are you meeting them at? Overall, what type of maturity level do these women have? Emotional control, values, morals, principles. Like, control your environment. You should be saying, hey, I like a woman that's on this type of time. She operates on this kind of level. She has this level of understanding. And since I'm one of those people myself, I know other people in that type of environment. And I know how people conduct themselves in that environment. So I'm going to find somebody who's of that environment. Certain places I'm not even going there. Certain types of to be real with y'all, and this is gonna sound judgmental, but I mean it is what it is. At a certain point, certain people should be disqualified just off the quick glance. Like, nah, I'm done. And once again, it isn't judgmental, judging a book by a cover. But yes, I judge books by the cover. I do. I do. Think about it. The cover is the advertisement for the book. Oh, let me say that again. I judge books by the cover. The cover is what's supposed to draw you into the book. A cover is an advertisement for the book. You know how much time people spend picking out the right colors for the cover and the right font and the right font size and font color and scale of the picture and where to put the title and how many words are going to be in the title and where are we going to put the author? And are we just going to put the author's name or are we going to put written by? Because there's too many printed letters. They a lot of thought and consideration goes into the cover of a book. So yes, I judge a book by the cover because I know that a lot of thought, time, and attention went into you designing the cover for this book. I know that you thought long and hard about what's the best cover I can put on this book so that more people will be interested in it. I know that the cover is a snapshot of your work. So yes, I'm gonna look at the cover and go, oh, this is the advertisement for you, the person, you, the book. Okay, yeah, I'm judging. And if you haven't thought about it, or if you're who you are and your cover don't match, that still says something about where you are right now. So yeah, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent like that, but yes, I judge books by the cover. But anyway, back to controlling your environment. A lot of y'all gonna be mad when I say this, but a lot of you're having relationship issues and you're dealing with the same kind of issues and problems, and you think it's this huge problem with black men or it's this huge problem with black women. The reason you think that is because you're not nearly as high a character of a person as you think you are. Let me say that again. A lot of you are having all these problems with women and men, and you think it's a black man problem or you think it's a black woman problem. A lot of you are having that problem because you are not as high of a character person as you think you are. That's the truth. Like a lot of you think maybe because you got your education or you got your own place or you got your own car or you graduated from college or you live in a certain neighborhood, you think like you just an amazing person. And it's like, no, maybe you're very intellectual and maybe you know how to budget your money correctly and you're serious about your career. Like we could definitely give you that. But a lot of you think like you're a high character person, but you're not. I mean, like, let me explain it to you like this. The reason you keep meeting men, no matter of fact, let's keep it. The reason you keep meeting women who are manipulative, loud, rude, disrespectful, etc., is because you keep meeting women environment. You keep meeting women in environments when in that environment there's a lot of lying and deceit and usury and games playing and manipulate. Like that's what that environment is about. And you keep getting women from that environment saying, man, all these women is like this. Well, yeah, you keep getting the same type of woman from the same type of environment. And the reason why you keep doing that is because that's the environment that you are currently in. Like, you got to think about that. You keep meeting a certain type of man, you keep meeting a certain type of woman because those are the kinds of men and women in the environment that you are in. That's your environment. That's where you are. A lot of you not being real with yourself. Once again, you might make some money. You might have a Mercedes. You might be, you dress designer. You might have a blue check. You might be well traveled, stamps all on your passport. You might have a whole lot of the black, excuse me. You might have a whole lot of the millennial black standards of success. You know the things. It's going to be you probably driving like a Mercedes or maybe an Acura. It's a car like that. It's a certain kind of apartment in a certain type of neighborhood. It's, nice designer clothes and designer bag and maybe a chain that's a few thousand, not a super expensive chain, but like $5,000 or something like that. Like, come on now. Went to Howard or come on, like it's a long list of things. But basically, there's certain material things that we aim for in Black America. And once we get those things, we think that makes us a different type of person. Like we think it has an impact on our character. When really it just shows that you are very financially responsible. You may have some talents that are marketable. And you know how to make money for yourself. You're about your money. It says that about you, but it does not say what type of person you are. And so a lot of us, character-wise, we're not a high character person. Like we'll use people, we'll talk about people, we'll gossip, we fall out with people. We always in some drama. We got a bad attitude. We do people dirty sometimes. That's why you keep meeting people like that. Because that's the kind of person you are. Because guess what? And this is what I've noticed as an adult. We talk a whole lot about race and stuff like that, but when you really think about it, people tend to move around people who think the same as them, who have the same beliefs as them. Those people tend to gravitate towards each other regardless of race. And what I've noticed as an adult is, listen, you live in the environment that you're comfortable in living in, that you're comfortable in operating in. Because when you're serious about who you are, what you believe in, what's right and wrong, it's very important to you that where you live operates in the way that you believe it should. And so a lot of you're in denial. You don't want to accept the fact that, like, how you get down. Because here's the thing. We all want to be in an environment that we're comfortable in, right? Like, take it away from relationships for a second. Let's just say, like, when it comes to fitness, certain people are only going to feel comfortable in a certain level of gym. Like, there's certain gyms that real people that serious go to, like the bodybuilders, the people that like the professional weightlifters. Like, there are certain ways and how things are done in that kind of a gym. Like, those people are serious about the workout. Like, dead serious. And so how they work out and the types of workouts that they do, it's a whole different kind of level. So somebody that goes to Planet Fitness twice a week and walks on the treadmill be quiet. So somebody who goes to Planet Fitness 2 times a week, puts the treadmill on speed, 3.5 for 3 miles, that individual they're not going to be in the same gym as the bodybuilders. Those are two completely different environments. The only way that the person who's working out at Planet Fitness 2 times a week, doing a couple miles on the treadmill, is ever going to be in the same gym as the bodybuilders is if they become more serious about their workouts and they level up. And that's what a lot of people are not realizing. The only way to deal with better principled and better valued black men or black women who operate on a certain type of level is you actually have to be on that level. Like a lot of you got to be real. Character-wise, you are comfortable with the Planet Fitness 2 times a week side of it. Like when it comes to your principles and what you stand for, what you will and will not do, what you will and will not tolerate, what's right and wrong, going from the strongest to the whatever, or the lukewarm, you down here, you down there. Because we got to keep it real. A lot of us, we like to slum it up. We got our certain beliefs and not. This is another jewel that just dropped to me. See, a lot of us like to live down. Like we believe up here. We got values and principles and morals up here. But a lot of the people in the environment are right here. You really up here, but most of the environment is right there. You don't want to be up here by yourself. Or you don't want to be left out. Because a lot of times you won't even be by yourself. It'll be less people. And see, that's what people don't want. That's what people are running away from. That's what a lot of people are running away from that. The higher of a standard that I hold, the less people I can be around. The less people want to be around me. The less fun I have in all these different environments. A lot of you believe up here, but you don't want to leave from down there because it's comfortable down there. It's more people down there. I got more friends down there. And truthfully, a lot of you stay down here because you're supposed to be here, but people who are here judge here. And you don't want to be judged here. You want to be judged here. See, because right here, you're doing your thing right here. Right here, you the man. Up here, the standard is higher. Like, we got to be real. It's a lot of, like, let me give you this example. It's a lot of black women, in my personal opinion, who I truly believe feel like, man, it's too much twerking. And I'm saying women think this. I truly believe there is a good number of black women, grown adult black women, who truly feel like, man, I'm tired of all this twerking. I'm tired of all this sex music. I'm tired of the girls always got to be half naked all the time. We need to bring back class. I'm sure it's a bunch of women who actually feel that way. But a lot of them are not going to say it because if they say it, they're afraid they won't fit in no more. They're going to say, all you old, all you hating. They're worried, oh, if I say that, then I might lose my friends. But I'm telling you, because I grew up in a black neighborhood. I grew up with black women all my life. In college, everything. I know for a fact that there is a lot of black women who have strong religious belief. And they're not with what's going on in the culture right now. But they're not saying it because they don't want to be kicked out of the club. They don't want to be ostracized. They don't want to feel like, oh, you a goody two shoes. I'm telling you. And that's a lot of you. You keep dumbing yourself down and going along to get along. All because, man, they ain't gonna be my friend. They ain't gonna hang out with me. Man, they went to the bar. This is what a lot of you. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. When you really, and I got way off track, so I'm gonna wrap this up and get back to the original point. But I'm gonna tell you something for real. See, when you really start changing your environment, and your environment is actually changing because you're changing yourself, and what you will participate in changes, and what's right and wrong to you, and how serious that is to you changes. And what you no longer do because you don't like how you feel after doing it because you know deep down in your heart is wrong. Once you start making that progression, oh yeah, it's going to feel lonely at times. I'm just letting you know. You're going to start changing in what you believe in and what you think, and you just can't go along with certain stuff. So it's going to be certain times where the homies kick it or you and the girls kick it and you leave early. Or you say you're going to come and you don't come just because you're not into what they into no more. And so it's not going to be as much fun to you anymore. You're not going to stay around as longer. You're not going to hang out as much. Then next thing you know, you're going to look up, they're going to be hanging out without you. Like that, I didn't even know y'all was having the kickback. I didn't even know y'all was going to the bar. You're going to stop getting invited. And that's going to be like, man, I don't got all my friends is leaving me. And truthfully, what's happening is nothing bad. Your friends are not leaving you. They're not abandoning you. And you're not abandoning them. All that's happening is what you believe in and what they believe in no longer aligns. And people with different beliefs, and I'm talking about like exercise beliefs, like I believe this and this is how I live. So people with differing beliefs, they drift apart. Because we wouldn't be doing the same things. We wouldn't be going to the same places. We wouldn't be acting the same ways. We wouldn't be dressing the same ways. We wouldn't be in the same crowds or the same environments. And so that's all that's happening. The environments that you are in, your friends, that's not their environment. And the environment that they're in, that's not your environment. That's why y'all stop hanging out. You don't got to feel bad that people turn their back on you and people hate you. Listen, a lot of the times it's just, hey, what you believe and what they believe are two different things. So there's really no situations where y'all would be in the same environment like that. So that's why y'all don't hang out no more. So it is what it is. See, the problem is, and I promise I'm going to get back on task, but let me wrap this up. The problem is people don't tell you that when you are getting your life together, you should expect to lose friends. People don't tell you that, so you're surprised when it happens. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you decide you want to be a better person, you want to move up in life, not just financially, but who you are as a person. The moment that you decide that that's what you want to do, you should expect to lose friends. Going through the process and coming out of the process, you are going to lose friends. You're going to. Some people, yes, some people gonna be mad because who you think you are, and and you change, and you think you better than. That's gonna happen. But like I said earlier, a lot of it's just gonna be y'all drift away because what you believe it is this, and what they believe is that, and so y'all don't click like that no more. Y'all not think about it. You and this person, y'all are not relatives. Y'all got no blood between y'all. You're not family. Y'all was just really close friends. Okay. And that's good. But y'all are not hanging out anymore because what they believe is this and what you believe is that. It's that simple. But see, a lot of people, they rather keep the crowd than to just move up to another level. Because nobody ever told them that, hey, and a lot of times it's like, because leaving people behind has a negative connotation. And so a lot of the times it's not like you're leaving them behind or they're leaving you behind. Sometimes it's just y'all just going two different ways. That's all. That's the more you start to, it's gonna be less and less people. But that's fine because especially because nowadays, like a lot of these people, y'all not really friends for real anyway. A lot of this social media stuff and all. Listen, man. I promise you, you don't got as many real friends as you think you do anyway. So, like, you were really worried about nothing because a lot of these people, they not really your friend. Y'all were friends, not no more. Y'all associates. Like, it don't always have to be friends to enemies. Sometimes people go from best friend to friend to homie to associate. People go down that progression. They do. And not even because somebody did something wrong. It's just as you guys progressed in life, beliefs, values, behaviors changed. So you went from best friends to friends. Then you went to homies. Now y'all just associates. Nobody did nothing to nobody. Don't nobody hate nobody. Y'all not enemies. Y'all just don't kick it like that no more because y'all on different things. That's all. And a lot of us we want to keep we want to keep those people so bad that we will stay somewhere and stay at a level that we know we should have left. But oh man, I'm gonna stop getting invited to the party. I'm gonna stop getting invited to this. They used to hit me up on this, and I used to be a part of that. Hey, man, you better go ahead on. Cause trust me, here's the funny part. You doing all this sacrificing to stay back. But if you left, they wouldn't like. Here's the funny part: they wouldn't even miss you like that. You think when you moved on to do something different that all your old friends is just so hurt and so sad and oh she turned her back and a lot of times man they ain't even missing you like that. They done moved on. They got love for you and all that, but y'all wasn't on the same stuff no more anyway. So they like, hey man, they ain't even think about you. They done moved on. But anyway, that was a super long tangent. But anyway, getting back to it, why is it always the man's fault every time? Simple. Once again, first of all, he's supposed to have done a whole lot of vetting off the jump. Second of all, he's supposed to control his environment. That's how we got off on this tangent. Control your environment. You might have to change your environment, which means you might have to change yourself to be around different kinds of people. But hey, that's on you, not on the woman. Like, come on now. We know areas where not all, but a lot of the women, hey, they're gonna be loud, they're gonna be belligerent, they're gonna have multiple kids by multiple men, they're gonna be tatted up. Like, we know environments where those types of women are. Like we gotta be real. We know where the good and bad parts of town is for all things. We know where the good schools are. We know where the safe places are. We know where the nice places are. We know where the convenient places are. We know where this is in the middle, but it's okay. Then we know, oh, listen, if I had to stay over here because I had no options, I could stay there, but I wouldn't choose to stay there. And then we got under no circumstances am I ever going to be over there. Like, we know where everything is. We know where the good is. We know where the bad is. So if you really wanted to eliminate your woman problems, you know where you should be, and at the very least, you know where you should not be. So a lot of that, once again, fellas, I hate to say it, a lot of that is on you. You're supposed to know where you are, what you're doing. You're supposed to know all of that. That's on you. Another practical part of control your environment. Who's in your house? Who's spending the night? Who's been in your car? Who knows where you live? Who knows what you drive? Who got pictures and videos of you? Who got messages from you? Who can claim that you got them pregnant? Like, all of that kind of stuff. You were supposed to go through all that before anything. Like, so it's I don't understand. I'll be real with you. I don't understand. It's like I thought all men was thinking like that. Like, you gotta go. You don't just be like, are y'all not thinking at all? Like, I don't understand. Like, to me, this is like common sense. But I mean, I guess not. I guess controlling your environment. I guess you done had so many different women, random chicks that know where you live and know what you drive and got pictures and videos and DMs from you. And if she were to pop up with some kind of pregnancy thing, you couldn't even deny it 100% because you really don't know, because you've been that reckless out here. Like, control seriously? Control your environment. Some of the stuff guys fall themselves into, she wasn't even supposed to be in your house. Notice what I'm saying. She was in your house. You brought her to your house. You got mad comfortable with the stranger in your house, and then you fell asleep with some random woman in your house. Like, you didn't control your environment. She should have never been there. You don't know her like that. Bad enough you brought her there, but then you done got comfortable and you laying on your back snoring, and now she recording you and going on through your, like, are you serious? Some random chick pop up and peace. Yeah, peace. Some random, like, you should never be in a situation where some random woman can pop up and say that you the father of her child, and you can't tell definitively, like, no, that's not true. A lot of you are so reckless that if a random woman popped up right now and said that she's pregnant or she got a 3-month-old or whatever month old, and you're the father, you wouldn't know within yourself for sure whether it was true or not. And that's sad. Like, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. A lot of you right now, if some random chick said that she was pregnant with your baby, some of you wouldn't know for sure. You would need the DNA test. Because you just out here, you don't know what you're doing out here. Reckless with the seed, reckless with your body, reckless with everything. You're not controlling your environment. Like, I'm sorry, but shouldn't some random woman be able to come up and accuse you of impregnating her without you knowing for a fact? No. I know for a fact I didn't get her pregnant because I know who I was with. I know when I was with him, and I know how I was with him. Or I know that I wasn't with him. Like, come on now. So if you're not controlling your environment, and here's the next part, and it all ties together: control the environment, adjust to the environment. And see, this is the mistake a lot of you haven't made. This is the adjustment a lot of you haven't made. You have not adjusted to your environment. You sit up here and say, oh, these women, they don't want to be married. They'll turn the kid against you. Childhood alienation, put you on child support, break up the family. They're not trustworthy. You'll sit up here and say that you believe all these things about these women, but you never make the adjustment. Like, if you really believe that, how do you find yourself in a situation where you got a baby mama? Like, seriously, here's the crazy part. A lot of you claim that you got all this red pill knowledge about women, right? But a lot of you, you wound up in a baby mama, baby daddy situation after you got your red pill knowledge. How does that happen? How? You got your quote unquote red pill awareness about what women are, and then after that, you still found a way to become a baby daddy? How does that happen? It's because guys are not making the adjustment to the environment. And sometimes the adjustment is, guess what? I need to completely avoid engagement with this kind of woman. This kind of woman is dangerous to me. And real talk, fellas, sometimes it's as simple as this. Sometimes you have all men, this is something they don't talk about a lot, but all men have a certain level of attraction for a dangerous woman. And when I say a dangerous woman, what I mean is this. Most men are attracted to the woman that physically he's attracted to, but practically he's like, I need to leave this woman alone. Most men have a certain type of woman that they know they should avoid, but for some reason, they really got a thing for her, right? And so as a man, it's your responsibility to know what attractions you need to avoid. Because that's very vital in life. There's a whole lot of things that are going to be appealing or attractive. There are also a whole lot of things that may be fun to partake in. But sometimes those very things come with severe consequences and great risk. Like, you got to understand that. Some stuff that's appealing to you, some stuff that even feels good to you, it comes with great risk and severe consequences. Like, like some of the stuff, man, I'm trying to tell you, messing with the wrong man, messing with the wrong woman, it might be fun, it might be exciting, but hey, it's very risky, and it might come with some extreme consequences. And so as men, you are supposed to know, like, okay, I need to stay away from that. I know it look good to me. It may even feel good to me, but I need to completely avoid that. Because if I get hooked up in that, it ain't no telling where I'm going to wind up. You need to make the adjustment. And sometimes the adjustment is completely leaving something alone. Sometimes you don't need to be trying to manage the risk or maintain the situation or I can handle it. Sometimes you just sometimes you just need to avoid. Like it ain't even no point in going down that road. It don't even make no sense to take that level of risk right now. Some type of women, some women, you just supposed to just nah. Don't it ain't even you're not even supposed to risk it. I know she look good, I know she fine, and I know all of that, but this not even a risk you're supposed to be taking. This is way too out there of a risk. Some of these women that y'all find in situations, man, it's no way on earth you should have been in that position with that woman at that point in time. Because I don't want to make it seem like people can't change, she can't redeem herself or whatever. But what I'm saying is right now, how she is right now, it's no way you're supposed to be getting it's no way you're supposed to be getting tangled up with her. Ain't no way. Like some of y'all, man, like I'll put it to you like this. And some of y'all gonna know what I'm talking about. But there are some women out there who have been raised a certain way and they've been single for so long and they've been on their entrepreneurial stuff and female boss. They've been on that for so long that their energy with men is way off. Like the romantic energy that's going to be connected between her and the man, it just ain't going to be there. Cause she been doing her thing that way for some time now. And some of you guys, like, because you was horny or whatever the case may be, you knew that. You knew that, hey, this is off. She not there, like, but you went ahead anyway. And now you complaining about, oh, she did. Man, listen, man. Knock it off. It's not always because see, when guys are looking for an adjustment, they're looking for how can I tweak this and still deal with this woman. Sometimes there is no tweak so that you can still dealing with the same woman. Sometimes the tweak is leaving her alone and dealing with a different type of woman. Yeah. Sometimes, hey, listen. It's not always about changing the person and controlling the person. Sometimes you gotta control yourself by getting away from that person. If I could just get him to do this, if I could just get him to no. Sometimes the tweak is you exiting. But people don't like that. Men don't want to hear that one of the main ways that you are supposed to protect yourself from the dangers of dealing with women is the main way you're supposed to do that is by limiting the number of women that you deal with. Guys don't want to hear that because guys, all they can think about is how many women they want to have and how much options they want to have. And every man wants to feel like I just got unlimited options and so when somebody comes to them and says the main way that you can protect yourself is by limiting the number of women you deal with, they're not trying to hear that. What you mean? Limit the number. They're not trying to hear that. They don't want to hear that. Listen, it's certain qualities and traits and belief systems that you're supposed to avoid altogether. So there's no way anything can happen with her because there's no scenario where you and her would even be dealing with each other. They don't want to hear that. All they hear is less women. And once guys hear less women in their head, they automatically say no. That's funny, but that's true. There's one suggestion or one piece of advice that men ain't trying to hear. You cannot give men a piece of advice that results in him having less women. He not trying to. He is not. If your advice got to deal with having less women, nope. You're wrong. Not trying to hear it. Nope. Guys don't want to hear it. And that's why, no matter how many times you say, hey, there's certain women who you shouldn't be quiet. I tell you, the moment you say, hey, man, I think you're doing it on purpose now. Quiet. For a lot of men, the moment you say to them, the main thing you need to do is limit the number of women. Oh, nope. They're not trying to hear it. And that's why guys keep having all these conversations about women. Because no matter how many times you tell them, hey, you just need to leave that woman alone, no, they rather keep talking about her and see if we can shame her into doing this and convince her into doing that and talk about this. They just can't accept the fact that, hey, some women, you just got to leave alone. And once again, it don't even got to be a for everything, but just as long as she on this, I got to leave her alone, hands off. No exceptions. Guys don't want to hear that. What you mean the solution is less women? They not. That's all they heard. Less women? No, he got to be wrong. You know? So you're not assessing situations. You're not controlling your environment. You're not even adjusting to the environment. You keep going into the same environment, and you want the environment to adjust to you. You keep going to the brunch where women twerk and getting mad when they in there standing on the tables and twerking. Come on now. You knew at this brunch, at this location, with this flyer, with this DJ, with this social media page, you knew what type of environment that brunch was going to be. You chose to go there because that's really where you wanted to be. Then you want to be like, oh, why are they twerking in there? That's... If you wanted to go somewhere where they don't do that, you would just go there. Come on now. You don't want to adjust to the environment. You want to keep going to the same environment and have it adjust to you. I'm going to just keep going around the same kind of woman and just one day she's just going to change. That's all. Just she's going to change one day. Like, like what? That's your plan. So yeah, man, that's why it's all, I talked about a lot of stuff, but by and large, that's why it's always the man's fault. Because the man is supposed to have a certain level of control in his environment, whether he's controlling it, changing it, or adjusting to it. And he's always assessing the environment. He's always supposed to know what the situation is and what his options are. He's always supposed to know that. That carries over to women. You're supposed to know, hey, dealing with her, it's most likely going to be these kind of outcomes, these kind of situations. How does that weigh against not dealing with her at all? Like, you're supposed to be doing that before you, like, yes, but once again, before you have sex with her, you're supposed to be figuring this information out. Before. That's your problem too. So no, man, it's always your fault because you're supposed to know what you're getting yourself into before you get into it. Point blank, period.